What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Al King with Storm Dagger Films, back on that again with a new video. And guys, excuse the way I'm talking. I'm a bit under the weather, not feeling too good today. I barely pushed through my workout, but yeah, I saw this movie here the other day, guys. I'm just gonna jump on into it. This movie, Challengers, and like this really ain't no review, but guys, there will be spoilers, as I'm getting into this video, just so y'all know, because basically, guys, I want to talk about today. Challengers, this movie was honestly, in my opinion, from the surface, from just me as a viewer watching it, like it legitimately seemed like a diss towards Tom Holland. Now I know a lot of people been going back and forth, even me and my friend, like I got a good friend, he saw the movie and he was like, oh man, nah, ain't nothing like that, man. It's just acting, I understand, but at the end of the day, I'm just picturing if that was me, if I was Tom Holland and I saw that movie, I wouldn't be happy, me personally. And I'm an actor myself, y'all. I ain't just some random YouTuber. I mean, yeah, I'm a random YouTuber that you probably never heard of, but I'm also an actor too. Even though I'm not big yet, you still never heard of me. But yeah, so I'm already in both fields, But excuse me, guys. But yeah, guys. So just looking at that, it seemed like a diss to me. And one of the main things that I thought it was a diss when I saw this movie, see, like, cause when I first watched it, I went into it with an open mind. I was just like, you know what? It's just acting. It is what it is. But this one particular scene right here, y'all, that had me thinking, like, this was probably a diss towards Tom Holland. I don't know what Tom Holland did, but I don't know. But it must have been pretty rough for Zendaya to do a movie like this. But so there was a reference in this movie. So basically, Zendaya, she's basically like a tennis player. Goes to her story, how she got injured. Then after she get injured, she marries one of the dudes that she was basically having a three-way, with like two dudes in the movie. And then had a baby with one of them, and then still messing with the other one. But yeah, I digress. But basically, guys, so there was a scene where her and her family was all together. So her daughter comes out. Yeah, so it's so you got Zendaya, her daughter, just comes out, and she's like, "Hey, mom, can we watch Spider-Verse?" I was like, of all the movies y'all had to say, y'all gonna say Spider-Verse? I'm sorry, man. Like, if I was Tom Holland, man, like, I'll be feeling some type of way about that. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just me. Y'all let me know. I don't know. Hey, am I overreacting? Because I get some people might look at that and be like, hey, man, you just overreacting. I'm like, nah, man. Like, you don't mention Spider-Verse. I know they can't, legally, they probably can't say Spider-Man, obviously. Possibly for legal reasons. I don't know, maybe. But but they said Spider-Verse. And then on top of that, regardless if you're talking about the live action, Spider-Man No Way Home, because that's technically a Spider-Verse film, or if you're talking about the cartoon one, guess what? In the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I believe, that one up with Miles Morales, the second film, they still show Spider-Man. Let me phrase that. They still show Tom Holland's Spider-Man in that film with all the flashbacks, how like every Uncle Ben and all them died. They showed basically all the loss, that Spider-Man go through, all his hardships. That scene there, you literally saw Tom Holland in a scene there. So, I mean, like, at the end of the day, he still technically kind of mentioned, because once I heard Spider-Verse, I'm like, dang, man, like, I ain't gonna lie, man, I don't know what Tom Holland did, but man, that's wild there. Yeah, Zendaya was wild out in this film. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, but I ain't gonna lie. In terms of like my personal thoughts on this film, low key, well, actually, nah, scratch that. I fully regret watching it. Like, this film was like not what I expected. Well, I mean, like I knew what I was walking into. I wasn't prepared for certain scenes. I had to turn my head for certain parts. If you a dude, well, let me phrase that. If you a straight dude, you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, like if your girl, dragged you along to go see this movie and you watched it, you understand what I mean. Your girl's probably happy, but you was like, oh man, come on now, fast forward all this. But guys, that's yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea for movies, but I will say this, you know, this movie would have been a lot more better if they would have focused on just Zendaya and like her tennis career and that character alone, because that was actually a pretty savage character, I ain't gonna lie. Like, just focus on Zendaya as a tennis player and like tell a better story around that. You know, like I see what they're trying to do, but it was just weird for me, y'all. It was just too weird, but yeah, not my cup of tea. If they would have just stuck to more just the tennis like type of game, you know, like that type of story, I think this movie would have done a lot more better. You know, like, cause really it didn't need to do all that, you know, explicit stuff. It really didn't. You know, they could have told a fun story, yeah, and still could have made. Well, I'm not sure how much money this movie made, but I guarantee if they would have took this more like, if they would have made this movie more like a family friendly type of movie, I guarantee this movie would have did way better. I guarantee this movie would have got way better reviews, and they just focused on tennis and not all this weird stuff like they was doing in the film. Yeah, I think it would have done a lot more better. Then on top of that, what surprised me, I was in the theater, man, I saw so many mothers with their kids up in there. I'm like, y'all do know this is an R-rated film, right? Y'all do know there were scenes where I'm like, even as a grown dude, like, I'm up here turning, I'm like, this, man, I don't want to see some of these scenes, but I don't know, man, but I wasn't even gonna make this video today, y'all, but that's just where I stand, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Have y'all watched Challengers? My opinion, don't watch it. Well, at least if you a dude, straight dude, I'll put it to you like that. But yeah, like, I was not prepared for what I was walking into. But hey, you know, if that's your cup of tea, by all means, go for it. But yeah, yeah, not my cup of tea in terms of films. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Let me know what y'all think out there. I'll be catching y'all in the next one.